going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to Summertown High School. Got a big rivalry game going down here tonight featuring the Eagles of Summertown and the Wildcats of Lawrence County. A.J. Good joined by Timmy Kinney here for tonight's game. Let's take a look at both sides. Lawrence County coming in at 11-10 overall. Their head coach is Clint Wright. Leading off in left field will be Brayson Rose. Batting second at second base, Jake Moore. Batting third in center field, Alex Bedford. Batting fourth at short will be Jack Emerson. Batting fifth in right field, Hub Maddox. Batting sixth and catching, Brooks Durham. Batting seventh at first base, Truett Kidd. Batting eighth at third base, Cole Schultz. Rounding out the lineup, the designated hitter will be Logan Clayton. The pitcher tonight will be Case Chapman. For Summertown, coming in now at 12-6 overall. Their head coach is Brent Blackwood, and King Kinning on the mound here tonight will have their starting lineup when we go to the bottom of the inning. And Timmy, these two faced off last Saturday in another thriller between the two. Wildcats coming out on top, but the Eagles looking for some revenge here tonight.
Yeah, we need some revenge after the way we played down there the other night, AJ. It was rough. We had one bad inning down there that just pretty well took us out of the game.
So Brayson Rose leading off here for the Wildcats tonight. First pitch here from Kinning. This one is golfed down the right field line. McCafferty going back on it. Camps underneath, makes the catch, and that will be the first out of the inning. So one pitch in, and we have our first out.
That pitch was down and in, AJ. He went, looked to me like from where I'm at, looked like it was down and in there.
Yeah.
He went down and got it for sure.
Golfed it to the 315 mark down the right field line. Is Mr. Kidd joining us here for the game as well. Brings up Jake Moore here for the Wildcats. Been in the 9-hole the last couple games, now batting second here tonight. First pitch from Kinning. That one is in there for strike one.
He hit it well in the 9-hole against us down there the other night, AJ.
Moore hitting .333 on the year, second on the team with 14 walks. First pitch, next pitch, that one is in there for strike two. So 3 pitches in, Kane has thrown 3 strikes so far.
I missed it.
0-2 the count here to Moore. This pitch here from Kinning. On the nope, misses away for ball one.
Good call, AJ. That was a strike.
Looked like a ball to me.
Robin, you can't come in and the first thing you say. Now, come on.
Here's a 1-2. That misses away for ball two.
That one was out.
Yeah. That's why. That looked good.
Yeah, it don't get much. It don't get much better than that.
2-2 the count now here to Moore. Getting a long look at the signs from catcher Graham Howe. This is away for ball three. So Moore, after going down 0-2, has worked the count full. First thing Robin says is just a dynamite drop in.
Just come in banging on us, Robin. That a boy.
There's a full count. Lined up the middle, and that one is through for a base hit. So the first hit of the week for Jake Moore with a liner single up the middle. 1 on, 1 out. Now brings up the University of Tennessee signee, I should say. Yes, on the dotted line, and Alex Bedford. Team leader in hits, batting average, and every stat you can think of. 5 homers, 23 RBIs, hitting .491 on the season.
Throw it at his toes. I don't think he can hit that pitch.
We'll see. First pitch, ground ball, and sent over to second, covering is Kinning, and is in time, and that will be the second out of the inning.
Good play right there by Cecil.
Very good play by Cecil, and good job by Kane covering right off the get-go. 2 gone, puts a runner in scoring position for Jack Emerson, and Ronnie Jack's been the leadoff hitter all season long, and we've got him in the cleanup spot here tonight.
Yeah, his dad was telling me today he's the smallest cleanup hitter you've ever seen. So, yeah.
Hitting .343 on the year, 11 RBIs, hitting .364 with runners in scoring position. Wildcats as a team hitting .338 when you got a runner on second and third so far this year, kind of picking up where they left off from a year ago. King so far just 8 pitches through 2/3 of an inning.
Go ahead and jinx it there, AJ. Attaboy. Jinx Summertown.
I'm just he's seen 3 batters. This is number 4, and he's only thrown 8 pitches. I'm used to watching college and big league, throw 20 pitches an inning just to get 3 outs. 3 up, 3 down, 20 pitches. First pitch here from Kinning, and this is fisted over to Perez at third. He makes the catch, and that one will end the inning.
That was a good pitch, A.J. That breaking pitch stayed in on him, jammed him up. So that's probably, to be honest with you, A.J., that's the quickest inning he's had all year.
9 pitches.
9 pitches. That's probably the best first inning he's had all year.
Wildcats string 1 here in the top of the first. Eagles, their first at bat, coming up in the bottom half of the inning next on the X Sports Network.
'Cause when I cross that county line, just off Highway 49, it all makes perfect sense. Man, I live for this.
Working with Gina was great because she really knows this area. I gave her the specifications of what I was looking for, and she took me right to my forever home.
I met Gina when she sold my son's home within 5 days after it hit the market. With my home, from the day the sign hit the yard to the day we signed the papers, Gina was there every step of the way. Her involvement in the sale of my home was the best decision that I made.
We never felt like Gina was pushing us to make a deal with a buyer. She knew what we wanted, and she worked diligently to get us the best offer for our properties.
Working hard for my clients to make their dreams come true. Let me work for you.
Want to take the next steps in taking care of your health? Tennessee Valley Allergy Services can make your goals a reality. Their team of doctors, nurses, and medical professionals are dedicated to providing allergy care and treatment, such as drops and shots, to fit your exact needs. Their expert services are for anyone ages 2 and older. Whether you struggle with environmental or food allergies, they've got you covered. Discover a better you at Tennessee Valley Allergy Services, located right next to the Zaxby's in Lawrenceburg. Book online or call 931.
We go to the bottom of the first here. No score between Summertown and Lawrence County. On the mound for the Wildcats will be Case Chapman. Leading things off for Summertown will be Kason Blackwood, Ryder Blackwood, and Quint Smith. Chapman, his last start, a little bit rocky for Lawrence County when they faced Terre Haute, Indiana last Friday, I believe. Or last Saturday. Was it Friday or Saturday? It was Friday, yeah.
Friday, yeah.
Darn back here sucking up to the umpire before the game starts. I see that.
Just trying to be nice. Here's a first pitch from Chapman. Misses in for ball 1.
Hoping his granddaddy. I didn't see his granddaddy here, but no, he's down there. I was hoping his granddaddy may be listening to us and said that.
Comes the 1-0. Popped up and out of play. Evens things up here at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike. I've called so many games. My days and my nights are all mixed up at this point.
That Terre Haute team was a pretty good hitting team.
Here's a 1-1. That misses for ball 2.
What do you think of that one, Rob?
That was probably a little high.
Yeah, it looked high to me.
I can't be objective.
Here's a 2-1. Yeah, it's in there to even things up here at 2 apiece. Interesting strike call. Not the pitch, but like the
motion.
Kind of did Elvis right there. 2-2. That misses for ball 3. As count goes full here to Kason Blackwood.
Need to get Kason on right here, A.J.
Full count offering from Chapman. Ripped in the left field. And Brayson Rose slips. That's going to fall and 1 off the wall. Blackwood on his way to second. And he will get there with the leadoff double.
Did y'all see that foot first slide out there? That's something that he just learned.
He just learned how to slide in the second.
Feet first. He's been a head first guy, and he's last 2 times he slid, he's tore his shoulder all to pieces. So he has been strictly told no more head first dives. His arm still ain't back. He still ain't got the arm.
Brings up Ryder Blackwood, runner on second. Nobody out. Is hard hit ball by Blackwood, and Roses couldn't get his feet settled there. 1 hops the wall for a leadoff double. First pitch here is Blackwood tries to lay down a bunt and fouls it back for strike 1.
So it was raining in that earlier game. I imagine that grass is wet.
And just Didn't do it, obviously didn't change the color of the dirt on the infield, but, for outfielders, that can absolutely wreak some havoc, especially on a hard-hit sinking ball like that was. The 0-1 in the dirt, and taking off for third is Blackwood, no throw.
That's the reason we need that kid on right there, AJ. He makes stuff happen. Once he gets on base, he's hard to do anything with.
He made, the moment the ball hit Brooks's chest, he was taken off for third base. So the first run now 90 feet away, 1-1 the count. This is high for ball 2. So 2-1 here to Blackwood, 2-hole hitter for the Eagles. Ripped down the right field line. Catch is made, but that will be deep enough to bring home Blackwood, and that will be the first run of the game as the Eagles lead 1-0.
Hudson fell down out there too when he caught the ball.
Yes, he did. He had to go a long way. Brings up Quinn Smith. Had a pair of 2 RBI singles against Spring Hill in the 5th and 6th innings in the previous game. First pitch here from Chapman. Hit it to shallow left. Cole Schultz going back on it, and this one
out of play.
Out of play for strike 1. Said in the previous game, I don't know who has less foul territory, Summertown or Wrigley Field, but they're both.
It's very little down the left field line for sure.
At least you don't have a brick wall down there.
Hey, we talked about building one.
Yeah, it would look nice.
It would.
It really would look nice. Here's the 0-1. That misses high for ball 1. I'm kind of partial, being a Cubs fan, liking brick walls, but after running into one in my college days, I am not so much a fan anymore. So the 1-1. Ground ball sent over to Kidd at first, makes the play, steps on the bag, and that will be the second out of the inning. 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. Brings up the opposing pitcher and Kane Kenning.
Yeah, I'm going to say Brayson Rhodes is not a big fan of a concrete wall either. So
yeah,
yes.
His
Forgot
picture's
that.
on the wall down there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we've seen it when we played down there.
Yeah.
Did they do the chalk outline like they
They
do?
did.
Yeah,
They put tape.
they chalked him out
and chalked him out. Yeah.
That's that was one of the ugliest things I have seen in person. As hard as he hit. His head coach said it didn't do any damage to his brain. Here comes the 1-0. This is high for ball 2. They got. Oh, that's nice. That's funny. Here comes the 2-0. Off the end of the bat, but that could be trouble. Moore coming in on it. Kenning on his way to first, and he'll get an infield single.
The ugliest hit I've seen him have all year.
But look in the scorebook, it looks like 120 off the bat.
It does.
Him and Giancarlo Stanton each. No matter how hard you hit it, single's a single.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, probably true. It should have came after that ball, but I still don't know that if he'd have fielded it, he could have turned around and tossed it to Case. So that was
so
just,
much spin on it, too.
Yeah.
We're going to get a runner for Kane tonight. He's pitching this game. It's going to be Staggs.
Staggs, the courtesy runner, brings up Aiden Perez, the third baseman. 1 on, 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. Pickoff move. We only saw one of those in the previous game.
Yeah, and it was late. It was
we
had 2. We had 1 to second.
That's right.
Yeah, we did have Hook. The kids tried to steal second on him.
Yeah.
He did. Now we've had 2 in this game, so we're even.
We're even.
Well, I don't think you're going to see Lawrence County play and only see 1 pickoff because they will.
True.
They will throw over there.
They are very aggressive with pickoff moves. Long look here. First pitch by Chapman. That's in there for strike 1. Lawrence County rocking the LSU-esque gold tops. Another pickoff. Like both of the uniform combinations by these teams here tonight. The 0-1. In there for strike 2. 1-2 here to Perez.
Timmy, back when we played, we didn't have a lot of combinations of.
No, we had 2.
Do we have 2? I don't remember 2.
Yeah, we had 2 shirts.
Okay.
Late. Yeah, we had 2.
Okay. All right.
We wore the blue button up like There's Peyton.
Right.
We talked about that the other game. The kid ain't moving.
Yeah.
You could throw it at him. I think his dad started hitting him when he was 3, and he's never outgrown it. So if you throw it, did you see him even wiggle?
No.
He won't. You can throw it at him at 110 mile an hour at his head, and he will not move. But yeah,
he didn't
he
move.
just stuck it.
Right in between the 2 and the O. Brings up Jake Pettis. 2 on, 2 gone here. First pitch from Chapman, and that one is fouled back for strike 1. I think even when I was in high school, we only had 2 uniforms, home and away. We had an all-gray away uniform, and then we had white pants with green pinstripes and a green top. That's all we
Robin's
had.
right, though. That last year, I mean, we wore – in 92, we wore the blue jersey every game.
Yeah, we never wore
We never
anything
wore
else.
nothing else.
Pettis sends this one in the center. Bedford going back will make the catch. And that one will end the inning. Summertown strikes first in the bottom of the first. They lead at 1-0 as we go to the top of the second. Next on the X Sports Network.
If you're looking for a company that can do it all when it comes to building, look no further than Tennessee Properties. From new home builds to remodels and commercial projects, our contractors work hard to give your space a new life from planning to finishing touches. Whether it's new interiors or dirt work, they see your big picture without forgetting the small details. In the market for a new home, they partnered with Freeman Development to bring new homes to the Oak Hill subdivision of Lawrenceburg. That's Tennessee Properties, licensed and insured. Call today or visit Tennessee.com.
Cell phone plans at an affordable price? Only at LE Wireless. When they say wireless for all, they mean it. With yearly
Go to the top of the second. Summertown leading Lawrence County 1-0. Due up for the Wildcats will be 5-6-7 with Hub Maddox, Brooks Durham, and Truett Kidd. Ken Kenning back on the mound in the first inning. A hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts on 9 pitches as Maddox will come to the plate. Been a little bit of everywhere in the lineup the last couple of weeks here, Robin, but batting clean up here tonight.
Yeah, I think Coach Wright's just still kind of trying to figure out the combination.
I don't know. As Maddox will send this one into right center. And Cason Blackwood makes the catch, and that will be the second out of the inning. First out of the inning.
What did I do? Okay.
You ain't got it up far
Sorry.
enough.
Sorry.
Yeah, you sounded.
Hey.
I was trying to figure out what was going on.
I'm not used to microphones, right? I just use them every week. But sorry. Yeah.
Brings
Hey,
it.
one pitch, one out.
Yeah, one pitch, one out. Brings up Brooks Durham here for the Wildcats.
Another kid with the Summertown dad.
Yeah.
Hitting 246 on the year. First pitch from Kenning. Swung on and missed for strike 1. To Ball Dog's approval down the right field line, or somewhere, wherever he is. Is the 0-1? That one misses hair high for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Look at the replay there, and yeah, a little high and in. 1-1. This is low for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Comes a 2-1 from Kenning. On the outside corner, even things up here at 2 apiece. Misses away for ball 3. Full count here to Durham. Comes a full count from Kenning. And the dirt for ball 4. 1 out walk as Durham will make his way to first to bring up Truett Kidd. Do have a courtesy runner, Jasper Kilburn, coming in for Brooks Durham as Kidd will come to the plate. Kidd is one of the 3 Wildcats who have hit a home run so far this year, joining Logan Clayton and Alex Bedford. Wind was blowing out the left pretty hard in the first game, as all but died, maybe at half a mile an hour right now. Pickoff attempt. Close but not in time. First pitch from Kinning. Swung on a miss for strike one. Oh, 1. Sent in the left field. And right into the glove of Jake Pettis there in left, and that will be the second out of the inning. 2 gone here in the top of the second. Brings up the third baseman in Cole Schultz.
Well, AJ, I've said 1,000 times, that's one of the toughest balls to catch in baseball. That ball's hit straight at him and knuckling. It's a tough play.
And
hard to read.
And sinking all at the same time. Sinking, hooking, all the things. First pitch here from Kinning. This one is sent in the left. Pettis comes in, makes the catch, and that one will end the inning. Wildcats strand 1 here in the top of the second. It's a 1-0 Summertown lead as we go to the bottom half of the inning. Next on the X Sports Network.
Old School Rentals in Loretto, Tennessee is your headquarters for all your rental equipment needs. Are you in need of a trailer? How about a saw, tools, loaders, or even generator? Now meeting all your propane needs as well. You can find everything you need to complete your project and much more down at Old School Rentals in Loretto. Go by and let owner Ryan Smith help you today. That's Old School Rentals on North Main Street in Loretto, Tennessee.
We go to the bottom of the second. Summertown leading Lawrence County 1-2-0. Do it for the Eagles here in the bottom half of the inning. 7-8-9 with Cecil Williams, Keegan McCafferty, Graham Howe. Case Chapman in the first inning gave up a run off a pair of hits. No walks, no strikeouts through 21 pitches. Face the bottom half of the Eagle order here in the second inning. First run come off a Ryder Blackwood sacrifice fly in the bottom of the first. First pitch from Chapman. This is high for ball 1. Chapman, the sophomore pitcher here for Lawrence County. Comes a 1-0. In there for strike 1. So 1-1 here to Williams. Chapman going to work quickly. Next pitch misses high for ball 2.
I've noticed it. Everything he's leaving high, he stays really tall.
Yeah, he does.
He don't get it broke down. You can tell when he's going to bring it in there.
Like that.
Yeah.
Because that one's fouled away for strike 2. You notice the same thing I did. He finishes up high. His arm angle is up high.
Yeah, he stays really tall with it.
Listen, I know back when I was pitching, if I heard one time, I heard it 1,000 times. Bend over. You know,
bend over and finish. Bend over and finish. I mean, that was.
You can get lazy.
Yeah.
Comes a 2-2 from Chapman. Popped up and out of play.
Well, it's what I've preached to Truitt. I said, listen, you've got to pitch down. You can't throw the ball. You don't throw the ball hard enough, throw it belt high.
Yeah.
And he's done that well the last couple of times he's pitched. So.
Especially at Tullahoma.
Yeah.
2-2. That's in the dirt for ball 3 as you saw the update. Loretto leading Columbia 1-0 in the bottom of the third, but the Lions have the bases loaded with no outs in that inning. Full count. Ground ball over the left side. Emerson gobbles it up. The throw over to first will not be in time as Cecil Williams will come up with an infield single despite the very good effort out of Jack Emerson.
Yeah, that's a great play by Jack. Even getting to that ball and then having the arm to throw it to even get it there.
Ball like that, though, Cecil's got good legs. It's going to be hard to throw him out there. Brings up Keegan McCafferty to right fielder. It's the third hit for the Eagles in the game. 2 of the 3 didn't leave the infield, but still a single on the scorebook. Pickoff attempt not in time. This is one of 4 games featuring area teams. So Loretto, I believe, Loretto's softball team cruised to a victory at Wayne County. First pitch, McCafferty tries to lay down a bunt and can't for strike 1. Loretto baseball in action right now. Summertown 7-1 winners over Spring Hill in the first game here in the early evening, getting all 7 in the 5th and 6th innings. Here's the 0-1. It's in there for strike 2. What's the guy from the Leslie Nielsen movies that played umpire? Naked Gun. What's his name? What was his character's name?
Drebin?
Drebin, yeah.
Yeah,
Frank
that's
Drebin.
right. Frank Drebin.
Here's the 0-2. Skied in the center. Bedford camps underneath, makes the catch, and that will be the first out of the inning. 1 gone here in the bottom of the second. Now brings up the catcher in Graham Howe.
Yeah, we don't want to wait for a crowd reaction before we call a strike or a ball, do we?
It's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah,
it's kind of what it feels like.
That's kind of the way I feel.
Right.
I kind of have to wait a second before I say anything.
You know, the first time I called a college softball game, I took forever to call a strike because the umpires will say it on the field, then they make the motion.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes me a little bit to get used to it. Schultz playing in on the grass, almost at third base. Outfield shaded some towards left center. First pitch, runner takes off. The throw from Durham, that will go into right center. And Williams will hang out there at second base.
Jake Moore out there kind of, I don't know if you noticed that.
Pulled the Chuck Knobloch
he
on him.
kind of did, didn't he? He acted like he was holding the ball on him there.
Who was the base runner for the Reds in that World Series? Not the Reds, the Braves in that World
Braves.
Series. What was his name? He got fooled on that line drive because of Chuck Knobloch.
Yeah. Can't remember who that was.
1-0 the count. Runner on second after the stolen base. Fouled up out of play for strike 1. So Columbia has tied it off I guess it was a sacrifice fly. 1-1. This wonderful setup here in our new Summertown baseball press box. Multiple screens. Here's the 1-1. This one is sent in the center, and that's going to get down for a base hit from Hal. Bedford comes up with it. Everyone will stay put. Now runners on the corners with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Brings us to the top of the order with Cason Blackwood, who singled in his last at bat. Found its way in the center. Not, Robin, you know as well as I do. It's not wise to run on Alex out there in center.
No, and you know, of course, with Cason coming up too and 1 out, you probably want to give him a shot at it for sure. Not take that chance.
Outfield shaded towards left.
Most definitely shaded towards left. I hope Cason looks up and sees this.
Middle infield here, a double play depth. Schultz playing way in on the grass here at third. First pitch, as Durham will block it for ball 1.
Yeah, Hudd and Wright moved over some, but there's still a pretty good sized gap out there.
I don't know if Timmy, did Hal miss something there?
He must have, the way Brent's acting over there. And, I mean, even that ball's in the dirt. You got to move up on that with the runner at third. Even if he didn't miss the sign, you should be watching that ball.
And there's the pickoff attempt, and Truitt does a good job to keep that from going down the right field line.
Great job by Truitt. He's got pretty good reflexes over there and pretty flexible. I don't remember his dad quite being that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think if Robin would have stretched out like that and laid down, it would have took 3 of us to get him up back in the day.
Yeah. He's a Stretch Armstrong over there. That's for sure. Yeah, flexibility has not been in my family one of the key traits. So
I gotta love former teammates calling the game together up here. And now they got him in a rundown, checking on Williams at third. Moore will run him back to first, and the tag, well, they're saying he's safe. So he will be safe over at first. And Clint Ripe will come out. Let's take a look here at the replay. Ooh.
I missed the replay.
I mean, he did tag him on his lower back.
Yeah, I think he got him towards the lower back, and if his
close.
arm was extended, it was going to be close. That might be a. It's out there having a conversation with Stedman.
So
and Clint ought to tapped him on the back, said, "Good job right there, Blue. Thank you." Walked off. I mean, that. Always keep your graces. Don't make him mad. You know, you've argued your point. Then just say, "Okay, I agree, buddy. You're fine." You know.
He's 3 years in. I don't think he's been ejected yet, from what I remember. So he does a good job of controlling his emotions in those situations. Another pickoff attempt, not in time.
He does talk to the umpires a
lot.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. He was a former umpire, though, before he got
he had a uniform and he stood behind the plate.
Okay.
Here's the 1-0. Ground ball down the left field line, foul for strike one.
No, I'm just teasing. Clint didn't do a bad job.
In my 4 years here, I've only seen one coach ejected, and that was in a middle school playoff game.
You going to be around next year?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm planning on getting my TWSAA, and I'm umpiring, and there's about 4 or 5 coaches around here that's leaving.
Yeah.
If they get off their bucket, they're done. Yeah. I mean, that's my whole goal.
Do any of them wear purple and gold and black and gold?
You know, Clint ain't never done a whole lot to me.
No, right.
So
you didn't say about the other color.
No, I'm just aggravating. Yeah. I told Jason Burson one time, I'm going to be umpire one day, and I'm going to eject you just for the fun of it.
You should do it at the home plate meeting. Just right then and there.
Just go ahead and send him. That would be it. That would be it.
Jim Leland him right there. Here's a 1-1. Bunt attempt. That does get down. Runner will advance as Chapman slips, and he can't get up. So slips on the grass, and that will load the bases with 1 out.
Now, y'all know how we planned this, right?
Well, I mean, I'm beginning to –
after that beating y'all put on us on down there, we're taking all the advantage we can. Look, and if it dries up in the fourth, we're going to come out with a water hose and wet it down.
It's beginning to look like a Ohio State-Tennessee thing back in the day, the football cleat. You know, we need to do some cleat inspection or something. I don't know. We can't seem to stand up.
That's the third Wildcat that slipped out here.
We sent all of our – we got the welding shop over here. We sent all of our spikes over there today and had half-inch extensions put on them.
Okay. Well, I mean –
sharpened them up and everything.
Sharpened everything up.
So doing hockey style, make sure the skates are good.
Yeah, we knew what we was getting into tonight.
Listen, this field has always had a lot of home field advantage,
Not as much now as it used to
have. No. Back in the day, AJ, left field was not flat. It had about 3/4 of the way out a dip. Didn't it, Team?
No, it dropped off. I've got pictures.
To the left or to the right?
No, towards the fence.
I've got pictures of me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've got pictures of me standing in left field, and you can see me from the knees up.
That's right. It was that much.
And you had to play behind it because if you was on top of it and had to turn around, you was falling down.
Yeah.
So you could run up it forward, but you couldn't run off of it backwards. So
our left fielders knew how to play it. And, the opposing teams did not.
I think we would have somewhere around 40 ton of sand a year dumped on the infield, and we drug it around with a truck. And got it spread out good and level, and it looked good. But when you stepped on it, you sunk. It's like playing on the beach.
Yeah.
So we had a little beach volleyball going on. And
which is why I didn't steal many bases back then.
Yeah, that was it. That was
the
exact
reason why.
Yeah, it was
the reason why.
Yeah.
I played on a field in college and back-to-back doubleheaders. I played in left in the first game, right in the first game, and left I was running downhill the whole time. Or going back on the ball, and right I was running upfield. And then the backstop was right behind the catcher, and it was circled. So every pass ball was like watching a pinball game.
Ryder's asking for time. He didn't give it to him. I mean, that's
Did ball, yeah, I'm guessing.
He don't have to give it to him.
That's true. Infield playing in here for the Wildcats. Here's a 1-0. Popped up, and an infield fly as Jake Moore will camp underneath, make the catch, and that will be the second out of the inning. Also played on another field in college. The first night we played on where they played the American Legion World Series in Arkansas. The next night we played on their home field. It had flooded 2 weeks before, and the porta potties had tipped over in left field. That's as much detail as I'm going to go into from there.
And you played left field?
No, I played right because I won the rock, paper, scissors. Kid Fields throws over to first. That's going to get away. Williams will score. Kason Blackwood will come in after him, and that will make it 3-0 Summertown. And win the dugout, so Smith will advance out to second base off of the air.
That wasn't Kason that come in. That was it was Blake that was running for Graham.
Okay.
That would have been Graham Howell, but it was
got him.
Yeah, it was
got the skinny white kids mixed up out here on the field.
They're all skinny white
I was going to say.
Yeah, I think the play earlier where Kane hit one and True didn't come after it. They told him to come after it, and he probably should have.
Sunglasses came off in the process.
He probably should have let Jake have that one, but you know.
Something happened that the home plate umpire had to go into Summertown's dugout.
I don't know what that. I don't know what that was.
So, Kenning up, runners on second and third, 2 gone, 3-0's the Summertown lead. Pitch here from Chapman. It's blocked by Durham for ball 1. Brooks has done a great job all year, Robin, of keeping the ball in front of him, and he's had a few pitchers beat him up a couple of these games. Oh, look at that camera work. There's the 1-0 in the dirt for ball 2.
Yeah, and Hudson has done a good job, Maddox, when he's back there. He really got beat up once the other night over at Tullahoma.
We're not going to mention who the pitcher was.
Well, that's right, yeah.
He did a great job there the other night. 2-0. That misses for ball 3.
I don't know that I would throw one down the middle here.
I wouldn't know.
Aw, come on.
Next pitch. Misses high for ball 4 to load the bases again. Do have a little bit of action in the Wildcat bullpen here. Can't really tell who it is.
It looks like Chase Carr.
Chase Carr, yeah, you're right. As that will bring up Aiden Perez, who was hit by a pitch in his last at bat, as Staggs back out to run for Kenning again. Yep, it is Chase Carr warming up down the right field line. Do have the pods back out again. Wonder how much one of those things cost, those little plastic bubbles.
Well, they're pretty nice. I sat in one at a real cold ball game when a lady got up, and, man, it was nice.
So you took it away from a lady.
Well,
Robin, come on, man.
Here's the first pitch. This one is sent in the left field. Rose going back. Makes the catch at the base of the wall, and that one will end the inning. Summertown gets 2 runs in the bottom of the second. Lead at 3-0 as we go to the top of the third. Next on the X Sports Network.
For high school athletes, every game counts. You push your limits and you chase your dreams. But when injury strikes, you need more than just recovery. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedics, we're here to get you back in the game faster and stronger. From cutting-edge treatments to personalized and compassionate care, we're here for your every move. Our specialized team of experts encompass decades of experience in sports-related injuries. Dr. Paul Thomas, Melanie Durham, and Julie Marcus offer the most comprehensive care from diagnosis to recovery. With advanced treatments and tailored rehabilitation plans, we'll help you heal stronger and faster. Trust Southern Tennessee Orthopedics to keep you at your best because your future is worth it.
Arts, crafts, stationery, journals, books, educational toys, wrapping paper, devotionals, greeting cards, and much more can all be found at Paper and Thread in downtown Lawrenceburg. Shop local to find the perfect gift or have a custom gift basket made for just the right occasion. Paper and Thread has a party room now available for birthdays, classes, and so much more. We could go on and on about all the neat things you'll find at Paper and Thread, but you just need to hop in your car and head down there. 106 North Military Avenue in Lawrenceburg is where you'll find them, and discover what makes Paper and Thread awesome. That's Paper and Thread in downtown Lawrenceburg, 106 North Military Avenue, just north of the square.
There's no job too big or too small for Gonzalez Lawn and Landscapes. Owner Chris Gonzalez works hard to make your commercial or residential properties one of the neighbors will envy. You won't find a lower price anywhere.
We go to the top of the third. Lawrence County trailing Summertown 3-0. Due up for the Wildcats here in the top half of the inning. 9-1-2 with Logan Clayton, Brayson Rose, and Jake Moore. King Kenning back on the mound through 2 innings. No runs, a hit, a walk, and 19 pitches so far. As Clayton, who we've seen in the 4 spot, the 5 spot, and the 3 spot, and the 2 spot, now hitting 9th here tonight here, Robin.
Yeah, all over. Yeah, like I say, Coach Wright's just trying to find something to produce some runs.
First pitch is in there for strike one. Like he said on Exports Live the other night, he's looking for that one lineup that's going to produce lightning.
Right.
They play enough games, you know, should be able to find one. Here's the 0-1. Skied in the air as Blackwood will go back. Makes a catch, and that will be the first out of the inning. One gone here in the top of the third. Brings up Rose, the left fielder. Flew out to deep right in his first at bat. Robin, he doesn't play like a freshman all that often. He had the lone extra base hit against Tullahoma in their 2 games this week, and when he one-hopped the wall in right center, his outfield here for Summertown shifting him out towards right. First pitch from Kenning. Yeah, it's going to hit him for the first base runner here of the inning.
That's one way to keep him hitting a double.
Yeah.
He does get hit a lot, and I'm not sure why, but he seems to get hit a lot.
Well, that was just through straight at him.
Yeah,
I mean that was something. I don't know if Kane turned it loose wrong or what, but I mean I ain't saying Kane had no intention of hitting him.
No, I
promise
think
you.
Brings up Jake Moore, singled in the right center, the lone hit for the Wildcats. So 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the third. Lawrence County trying to answer what Summertown has done through the first 2 innings. As Kenning pick off, not in time. As Columbia now leads Loretto 2-1 there in the top of the 4th inning. So got 2 runs out of that bases loaded, nobody out situation. This pitch from Kenning, blocked by Howe for ball 1. Comes a 1-0. Misses for ball 2.
Is the fence in left field still the same distance it was back?
Well, the fence didn't move much, but home plate moved about 40 feet.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Pick off attempt, not in time.
So it was originally about 280. Gosh, I thought I hit the ball a lot further than I used to, but yeah, I got you. Yeah,
where home plate was when you hit them on the steps was about 310 feet.
And I thought that was yeah, I never hit one on the steps, so yeah.
Unfortunately, now your son has a record of all of your accomplishments during this.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe he won't go back and listen.
No.
Here's the 2-0. Misses for ball 3 as that one stays in front of Howell. No advancement from Rose. I do. Oh, okay.
Huh. Yeah, that's right.
It was just bent over in left center field.
Well,
that's where
Larry Parrott flipped over at one time and it about came down and then popped right back up.
Got a couple boys that got caught in the.
Got what?
There's 2 boys in your old press box over there. 2 guys.
Oh, are they? They wiggling a camera wheel?
A little bit.
I'll go run them off.
All tennis players? Oh, I thought you said they were tennis players. Here's a 3-0. This is away for ball 4. So 2 on with 1 out here. We'll bring up Alex Bedford here, team's leader in home runs, RBIs, hits, walks, and hitting 5-17 with
Be
runners
better
in
off-
scoring position.
Be better off hit him in the toes.
Yeah.
I done said that once.
The last game we played and came up with the bases loaded, Timmy suggested he just walk and run in, and
it's a grand slam,
and
right?
then he had a grand slam. So
Well, all he can do right here is tight.
that's right.
But you're not leaving him nothing up, and you're not letting the kid get his arms extended.
Right.
I mean, that's if you do, then you've made a mistake, and he wants to hit.
First pitch hits the outside corner for strike one.
I can hear Robert down there.
You hear Robert everywhere. There's the 0-1. Skied in the air. Perez giving chase. That one will
Come on, P. I think you could have got it.
landed near the concession stand
What?
for
But
strike two.
what?
Walt Smith made no effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't 10 foot out of the fence. Walt Smith should have caught it.
Yeah.
I played church league softball with Walt a little bit. He ain't going to make an effort to go after a whole lot.
0-2 now here to Bedford. Off the end of the bat, slow roller over to Perez. Fields throws over to first and will not be in time, and Bedford's going to come away with an infield single, load the bases with one out here in the top of the third inning. So we've seen a pair of off the end of the bat infield singles here in this game. Close play, taking a look at the replay. Fielded by Perez, and the one hopper was not in time, and that's the right call.
Listen, from somebody that played first base, when they hit a ball off the end of the bat like that, it has some mean spin on it, and I felt like Perez kind of had a little issue grabbing the ball there.
Yeah, he never don't let it look like he ever had it in his hand,
No.
right?
First pitch here to Emerson is in there for strike one. Emerson, who popped up to Perez over at third, that into the thread in the first inning for Lawrence County, up with the bases loaded, one out. Comes the 0-1. Ground ball sent over the Blackwood at short, and no play made. Rose will score, and it's a 3-1, the Summertown lead. I don't know if he just taking a look at the replay, like he was going to flip the second and had trouble with the ball there. So it's a 3-1 game. It now brings up Hud Maddox, who flew out to center in his first at bat in the second inning.
How do you score that?
I'm just going to call that a fielder's choice, but no, everyone stays safe. First pitch misses in for ball one. Maddox will call time here.
Umpire Grant's time this time.
Next pitch, foul back for strike one. Comes a 1-1. Foul back for strike two. Pitch will miss for ball two. 2-2 the count now.
Yeah, these are the situations, AJ. It's felt like a lot of the year we will get in, and we just haven't got the runners in. So it'd be big for HUD to get something right here.
These are situations we get in and been giving up some runs.
It's a 2-2. That misses high for ball 3. Full count here to Maddox. Comes a full count. And the dirt for ball 4, and that will bring home the second run of the game as more will come on the bases loaded walk, and it's now 3-2. Summertown as Coach Stanley will make his way out to the mound. The talk here with Kenning. Bases loaded still with 1 out after a fielder's choice and a walk. Brought home both the runs for the Wildcats here in the top of the 3rd inning as Brooks Durham at the plate. Walked in his last at bat in the 2nd inning. Will trying to steal secrets over here.
Secrets from who?
Well, he's got it on Coach Wright's book. And
Yeah.
Is he zoomed in on the book there? Let me see what Wright's got over.
You can't read it.
Come on, you got to get some better cameras than this.
You can't read it. We're not.
You wait till I tell Coach Wright. I've seen everything he had in his book today. What do he have, 2 lines wrote in it?
It had a lot, but we couldn't. It was too washed out to see. Washed out meaning the white on was too hot.
It's a good try, though.
It was a good try, you know.
Yeah, it was a good try.
Espionage coming from the Summertown parrot over here.
Against home field.
Home field.
That's the reason we set the cameras up like we set them.
It's like the Patriots over here. You know, we got cameras. And, next one, deflating baseballs, the whole thing. Brings up Brooks Durham. Walked in his last at bat in the 2nd inning. First pitch here from Kenning. Misses high for ball 1. Got Bedford at 3rd, Emerson at 2nd, and Maddox at 1st. Play called out here by Clint Wright as all the Wildcats taking a look at the wristbands. One-oh. That's in there to even things up here. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1-1 the count here to Durham. This one is lined off of the glove of Williams there at 2nd. Bedford will score. Emerson rounding 3rd, and he will hold up as a bases loaded single from Brooks Durham has tied it up at 3 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Just out of the reach of Williams as that one goes in the right center.
Well, another inch, and that could have
been
a double play.
Right, yeah. Do say
That's what Cecil gets for being 5'3". He may be 5'6". Truitt stepping in. He can do some damage right here.
And a line drive at the left fielder and Pettis in the 2nd inning. First pitch, that misses away for ball 1. So Wildcats have gotten 3 runs here in the top of the 3rd. Bases still loaded with 1 out. One out. Swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. Still 2-1 Columbia in the top of the 5th there in Murray County between the Lions and Loretta. The 1-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. One and 2 here to the 7-hole hitter for the Wildcats. Getting shaken off Hal. 1-2. Off the end of the back, Henning Fields throws to home, gets one out, throw to first is going to go in the right field. Maddox is going to come on down to score, and they're going to get Kidd at second base. That one will end the inning, but the Wildcats will get a run to take the lead, scoring 4 runs in the top of the third. They lead at 4-3 as we go to the bottom half of the inning. Next on the X Sports Network.
There's a reason owners Tyler and Cindy McDowell chose the name In Service for their towing business. They did because it's their goal to be in service for you on the day that you need them the most. In-Service Towing is now known far and wide for their response time because minutes matter when you're broken down. Or their 24/7 availability, you can call them anytime for service. Their professional team with years of experience and their fairness, plus their know-how in dealing with the unexpected. But the thing that In-Service is known best for is how they treat their customers, and that's like family. When you need them, call them 931-843-9098.
Make your lawn a legacy. At Legacy Lawn and Landscapes, we put more than 16 years of experience into your goals. We won't meet your expectations, we'll exceed them. We offer consultation, installation, maintenance, hardscapes, construction, and land clearing services. Owner John and Jamie Brewer with their team are dedicated to providing the highest quality landscape services to commercial and residential clients in Middle Tennessee. Service, teamwork, results. That's how you leave a legacy. Professional care with a smile. That will always be a guarantee at Encompass Healthcare. Whether you're looking for primary or urgent care, x-ray services, or even weight loss treatments, our team is equipped to serve your needs. Our doors are open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Make an appointment with our providers, Kendra Brown or Tori Cox, today. Encompass Healthcare, located on Highway 43 North in Etheridge, Tennessee, right next to Chapman Tire. Volco Auto Supply in Lawrenceburg has a legacy.
We go to the bottom of the third inning. Lawrence County got 4 runs in the top of the third. They lead at 4-3. Due up for Summertown here in the bottom half will be 6, 7, and 8 with Pettis, Williams, and McCafferty. Chase Carr, the new pitcher into the game for Lawrence County, comes in for Case Chapman. Gave up 3 runs off 5 hits and a walk through 45 pitches in his 2 innings of work. Pettis, who flew out the left in his first at bat in the first inning. Flew out the center in his first at bat. First pitch here from Carr. Ground ball over to Emerson at short. The throw to first is...
Oh, no. No, he missed that one, guys.
He did.
Yeah,
I agree. I'll see if
sorry, Robin.
No, I mean,
right.
listen, I'm not blind. I can
see if he gets some help here from the
I don't think
umpire.
I don't think Truett was within a foot of the bag.
Yeah. Do you have a replay on it?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, no, he come off the bag to catch the ball. He had to jump to catch it.
Yeah. At least they should ask the home plate umpire here, see if he saw it. I think even Truett's telling Jake that his foot wasn't on the bag.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're buddies. So, but he's not going to ask for no help.
Yep.
So Jake Pettis is going to be out for the first out of the inning.
So 1 gone here in the bottom of the third. Now brings up Cecil Williams.
Be honest, it wouldn't have done no good to ask this guy behind the plate anyways. I mean, you'd probably had to email him.
Timmy, I think it was that flexibility we were talking about earlier over at first.
Y'all
just couldn't see that.
Is that the Holy Ghost between his foot and first base? His first pitch in the Williams misses for ball 1. Williams, who singled and scored in his last at bat in the second inning.
Yeah, they may think it was the Holy Ghost. I think it was the devil's work. So, I mean, it's,
Here's the 1-0. This one is lined in the right field. And down. That's going to get by the right fielder, Williams. This is guaranteed 3 here.
He's probably going to tie the ball game up right here. Nope, never mind.
Yeah, they're going to hold him up here at third as the relay got there in time. So that will be a 1-out triple here from Williams, and the tying run now 90 feet away.
That bad call. Runner would have scored.
Yeah. So 90 feet away as the tying run brings up Keegan McCafferty. Flew out the center in his first at bat in the second inning. Another one of those sinking line drives, and a good effort out there in right. Just came up a bit short on his diving attempt. Infield playing in for the Wildcats. First pitch, well, I do not know how that didn't hit him.
Keegan's quick.
Yeah.
He's like a cat.
Yeah. At least it parted the jersey. That looked like that was going to hit him right in between the eagles right there. Here's a 1-up. Ground ball over to Emerson at short. His throw home is high. Good job by Durham. His throw to the third will not be in time, and everyone's going to be safe.
Not a bad job by Cecil right there. I hate to see that, but he was looking at him the whole time. So, man, I think if Cecil don't come off, we're at 2 outs right now.
So that brings up Graham Howe, who singled and scored or his courtesy runner scored in his last at bat in the second inning. So runners on the corners, 1 out. Middle infield playing back. Double play depth here. Here's the first pitch. In there for strike 1. I got to learn his strike call.
That may be hard to do in one night.
Here's the 0-1. This is away, blocked by Durham. 1-1 the count now. Cafferty at first. Williams at third. 1 out here. Here's a 1-1. Lined into right field and down for a base hit. Williams is going to come on down to score. And we are tied up at 4 here in the bottom of the third inning.
Cecil's triple right there just got us that run for sure.
So
should be 5-4.
Bring us to the top of the order with Case and Blackwood. 2 for 2 in the game. Doubled and scored in the first and singled. Left on base in the second. Third at bat. His first one here against Carr. It's the 7th hit of the game for Summertown so far. Courtesy runner coming in for Howell. Blaze Franks coming in. First pitch here from Carr. Popped up and out of play for strike 1. So the building hasn't been hit by a foul ball yet?
No, it
Not
hasn't.
yet? Oh, wow. Okay.
So you trying to jinx it now?
No, I'm not trying to jinx it. I was more thinking what
How
game,
does it happen?
How does it happen? What game do we put money on
know.
it to see which game it gets hit by? That one's off of the mask of Durham. Both runners will advance off the wild pitch.
Oh. We've not got to hear what it sounds like for one to bounce off the roof of it yet. So
it might scare a lot of people. You might have some people in the neighboring houses ducking for cover.
Yeah, I don't want to hit it too hard. We built that.
1-1 the count here to Blackwood. Runners on second and third off the wild pitch. Wildcat infield playing in again. Pitch here from Carr. Blocked by Durham for ball 2.
Hey, Jay, they asked me when I was building this, you're building it pretty secure and stuff. I said, my son's a senior. I ain't got one more year. So if it falls on Will next year, I won't be here. So, no, I'm kidding. It ought to be here for a while, we hope.
It's a 2-1. In there for strike 2 to even things up at 2 apiece.
I'm going to guess Kaysen is a pretty good 2-strike hitter.
He is very patient.
Yeah.
Treason's in the leadoff spot, too. I mean, he sees the ball really well right here.
2-2.
Yeah. Sent
in the right field. Makes the diving catch, but that's going to bring home the go-ahead run. And we'll make it a 5-4 Summertown lead here in the bottom of the third inning.
Kaysen does his job.
Hudson, after he caught that one, slipped down again.
Yeah,
so
he did.
I think he actually he was down before he caught it.
Yeah.
Well, he was, but when he started to get up to throw it, he slipped again.
He slipped again?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all need to get a welding shop there in Lawrence County.
Yeah, I know. Well.
Brings up Ryder Blackwood, 0 for 1 with the sac fly to Maddox and Wright in the first inning. First pitch here from Carr. Lined off of the ankles of Jake Moore. That's going to bring home Franks. Makes it a 6-4 Summertown lead. That, speaking of some spinning English guys, that had a ton of
that ball dove in on him.
Sure did. Jake was going one way and the ball was going the other.
Yeah. So that will make it 6-4 here. 3 runs scored by Summertown in the bottom of the third inning. Brings up Quint Smith. 0 for 2. Ground ball to first in the first and reached via an error that brought home a pair of runs in the second as Carr's pickoff move not in time. So par for the course between these two guys. We've got 10 combined runs, and we're not even out of the third inning yet. First pitch from Carr misses way in for ball 1. Comes a 1-0. In there for strike 1, even things up at 1 apiece.
It's a good take right there by Q. I mean, it was. I ain't saying it wasn't a strike, but it was down and in on that inside corner. It's going to be tough to do anything with.
Another pickoff move and safe that time. Good move by Carr, and certainly was close.
Well, he's probably going to have to be out by a foot at this point before he gets one over there, I'm going to say. After the first call of the inning.
Here's a 1-1. That's a ground ball, and that's going to be catcher's interference on Durham. So Smith is going to get there safely. We'll move Blackwood up to second base.
I don't know that if I've seen a catcher's mitt fly 4 foot from home plate.
Yeah.
When it's.
I just hope his hands are.
You're right, yeah.
He's squeezing it around there. I mean, he's.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, looks like he got it almost.
Yeah.
The bat got the hand, too. It almost looks like there. Brings up Kane Kidding, 1 for 1 with the single and a walk in the first and second. Third at bat here, first against Carr. Sent in the air into left center. Bedford calls everybody off, makes the catch, and that one will end the inning. Not before the Eagles get 3 runs in the bottom of the third. Lead it 6-4 as we go to the top of the fourth. Next on the X Sports Network.
I'm Jeff, and welcome to this week's Mars Hill Minute. Don't you just love these spring days? As I stand here at the Tennessee Valley Weather Place, Lord, it's exciting to see the amazing spring going on around us. You can look and see the flowers outside that are blooming, the trees that are budding. Everything is shouting out, God is good. Psalm 150, verse 1 says, let everything that has breath praise the Lord. Think about that. Everything God's created ought to be praising Him. It reminds me of when Jesus was making his journey back into Jerusalem, heading for his crucifixion. Everyone was crying out, Hosanna, Hosanna, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. And the rulers of the day came to Jesus and said, you're going to have to get your disciples to stop this. And he said, if they cease to praise me, the rocks themselves will cry out. Now, I don't know about you. I don't want a rock crying out on my behalf. I want to be the one praising the Lord. I'd love to invite you to join us this Sunday at Mars Hill Baptist Church. Join myself and the whole church family as we praise the Lord and lift high his name. I hope to see you Sunday. Join us at Mars Hill Baptist Church. God bless you and have a great week.
We go to the top of the fourth. Summertown leading Lawrence County 6-4 in what has been a very entertaining game so far. 8-9-1 do it for the Wildcats with Cole Schultz, Logan Clayton, and Brayson Rose. Ken Kidding back on the mound through 3 innings, 4 runs off 4 hits, 3 walks right now at 44 pitches. Schultz, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out to left in his first at bat in the second inning. First pitch from Kidding. That is in there for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Curveball, that misses high. Even things up here at 1 apiece. It's a bit high. There's a 1-1. Misses away with the curveball for ball 2. 2-1 the count. This pitch here from Kenning. Foul back as it will even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch, swung on a miss for strike 3, and that will be the first out of the inning. 1 gone here in the top of the 4th inning. Now brings up Logan Clayton. Popped up to Blackwood at short in his first at bat in the 3rd inning. Homered last week against Summertown, one of 3 Wildcats, the homer so far this year. First pitch here from Kenning. In the dirt for ball 1. That was a quick break there, Timmy.
There's a long ways out there, the concession stand too, the bathroom. We ought to built one of them in this building.
I haven't seen you move that fast.
Well,
before.
you're going to have to give him a minute or 2.
Yeah, let me get some air. What are you talking about, Rob?
Well,
there's a 1 that is in there.
All right, I'm going to drill me a hole back here and stick me a funnel in the floor.
Oh, and he's not kidding is the sad thing about it.
No, I was being serious.
No, I know, yeah.
Here's the 1-1. This is low. Said he didn't go around. 2-1 the count now here to Clayton. Here's a 2-1. This is high for ball 3.
How did we get the first out?
Strikeout.
Strikeout.
Huh.
Comes a 3-1. High and in for ball 4. 1-1 with 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Now brings up Brayson Rose. 0 for 1. Flew out to deep right in the 1st and was hit by a pitch and scored in the 3rd. 3rd at bat here against Kenning. Wildcats got all 4 runs in the top of the 3rd. Summertown scored in every inning so far. 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, and 3 in the 3rd. First pitch. This one's sending the right and down for a base hit. Clayton will hold up at second off the 1-out single. Now brings up Jake Moore, the 2-hole hitter for Lawrence County.
Yeah, you know, Brayson, he just doesn't look like a freshman. I mean, he's big. He's done well this year.
You hit a ball that hard. That's some impressive stuff there from the youngster. Brings up Jake Moore. He's reached base in both of his at-bats, a single in the 1st, walked and scored in the 3rd. 2-1, 1 out. First pitch. In there for strike 1. Comes the 0-1 from Kenning. That's a curveball. Misses away. 1-1 the count. And Loretta just tied it up there in the top of the 6th. They got a runner on first. Did it with 2 outs as well. Moore skies this one in the left. Pettis going back on it. At the base of the wall, makes the catch, and that will be the 2nd out of the inning.
Good job, Jake Pettis.
That's the 2nd ball we've seen tonight, guys, that have been caught right at the base of the wall.
Just a loud out, AJ. That's all
Loud
it is.
out. Brings up Alex Bedford, 1 for 2 with an infield single.
I don't know. He's hit some a line drive or 2 in the gap, I think. Pretty good, but yeah.
Bedford with one of the 4 Wildcat hits on the night. First pitch. This is low for ball 1.
I think you'd be real careful with this kid right here.
What'd you say, hit him on the shoe tops?
Yeah, you got 2 outs. I mean, you keep it down and away or down and in. I mean, you don't give him nothing that Make him hit your pitch.
Comes a 1-0. This is away for ball 2.
Not a bad pitch.
No,
I like it. I'll throw the same pitch again.
Yeah, I think that's the spot you're looking for if you're Kane, and if he swings at it good, you know.
Yeah.
But I'll say that about Alex. He doesn't expand the strike zone a whole lot.
No, he does not.
That is a nice breaking pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Bedford leads the team with 16 walks on the year. Do have him shaded towards right a bit. 2-1. In the dirt, a good block by Howell as Rose got a little too ambitious over there first and then trips over his own feet for first base. 3-1 the count here to Bedford.
Still don't give in right here, guys. I think you still got to pitch him your pitch.
Yep. So Knox Counting warming up down the left field line.
It's our big lefty.
Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch there to send the count full.
Yeah, that's where Alex just a little anxious to hit.
Yeah. Doesn't want to get walked again unless he absolutely has to.
It was probably a strike, but it was something off speed. And
he's probably not getting a fastball. If he does, then me and Kane may have a long conversation on the way home.
Full count offering. Hard hit ball over to Williams at second. Throws over to first in time, and that one will end the inning. Wildcats 3-2 on the top of the fourth. It's a 6-4 Summertown lead as we go to the bottom half of the inning next on the X Sports Network.
State Line Garage Doors, owned and operated by Justin Gobble, is your trusted local expert in garage door services. Based in Lawrence County, Tennessee, State Line Garage Doors is built on over a decade of hands-on experience, providing reliable repairs, replacements, and installations for all types of garage doors, residential and commercial. They proudly serve our community and the surrounding areas. When you work with State Line Garage Doors, you're not just another job, you're part of our community. Their commitment to quality, transparency, and craftsmanship is at the heart of what they do, and they offer free estimates. State Line Garage Doors. Reach out to discover the difference a company with local roots can make for your home and business.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on.
We go to the bottom of the fourth here with Summertown leading Lawrence County 6-4. Do it for the Eagles here. We'll be 5, 6, and 7 with Perez, Pettis, and Williams. Chase Carr back on the mound in his first inning of work. 3 runs off a pair of hits and 18 pitches. Perez, who's 0 for 1, hit by a pitch in the first and flew out the left in the second with the bases loaded on a ball that came as close as you can get for not being a home run. First pitch sent it to the Summertown dugout for strike 1.
Yeah, and if we don't score this inning, we're all going to blame it on you, AJ, because you said a while ago, Summertown has scored in every inning. 1, 2, 3. So we should score 4 here. So if we don't, it's your fault.
You said that, not me. Next pitch. So on the outside corner for strike 2. We did have, I think, a couple Babe Ruth games this past summer that did that. Every inning they scored.
Every inning scored with the inning. That's pretty cool.
CO2. Sending to shallow center, but right there in the glove of Jake Moore, and that will be the first out of the inning. 1 gone here in the bottom of the fourth. Now brings up Jake Pettis. 0 for 2, a fly out the center in the first, and a ground out to short in the third. Controversial ground out, I should say, to short in the third.
Yeah, he was safe.
For the record, my dad disagreed with it also.
Your dad. I think every dad did. First pitch foul back for strike 1.
Anybody that knows baseball disagreed with that call at first base. I mean, Robin just dropped his head and leaned back over here.
Yeah. No comment on that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
0-1. That's in the dirt for ball 1. Ball dog disagreed with it. It was, sure my son was screaming at something back at the house. This is the 1-1. That's in there for strike 2.
Well, he's 3 now, AJ. So what's he? I mean, does he watch baseball yet?
Yeah.
Does he enjoy it?
He likes it live better than in person.
Yeah,
I should say live better than on TV, as that one is skied in the air. Durham makes the catch in foul territory. Be the second out in the inning to bring up Cecil Williams, who's 2 for 2, singled and scored in the second, tripled and scored in the third.
I'll be honest with you, I would rather watch it on TV, and I love the stadiums, I love the experience, but I just soon sit at home and watch it on TV as I had to deal with the people.
He was. We took him to a couple Trash Pandas games last year. One of them we sat on the front row as this one is fouled away for strike one, and he was mimicking what the infielders were doing. So I was holding them up, and every time they would squat down, he would squat down with them. So he was having a blast
that's good.
watching the infielders do it. The 0-1 chopper over to Emerson at short. Throws over to first in time, and that one will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Eagles in the bottom of the fourth. It's a 6-4 Summertown lead as we go to the top of the fifth. Next on the X Sports Network.
For decades, First Class Charter has provided high-quality motor coach transportation services to the Tennessee Valley. With numerous safety and cleanliness accreditations, First Class Charter is ready to make your group trip a reality. Contact us today by visiting firstclasscharter.net. First Class Charter, the official motor coach company of the North Alabama Lions.
Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is your premier source for hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, residential and commercial carpet, carpet tiles, ceramic and porcelain tile, waterproof floating floor, plus blinds and shutters. Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is also home to all name brands and can tackle projects big and small. Installation? You're covered with installers who've got years of experience and stand behind their work. Let Lawrenceburg Flooring and More make your design dreams a reality. 2760 Highway 43 North, or visit LawrenceburgFlooringandMore.com. Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to health.
New pitcher in the game here for Summertown will be Knox Cowton. Comes in for Kane Kinning, who through 4 innings gave up 4 runs off 4 hits, 4 walks, a strikeout, and finished with 64 pitches.
Kane went back to third. Perez moved from third to right, so Keegan McCafferty come out, probably DHing.
Right. First pitch here from Cowton. In there for strike one. Emerson, who is 0 for 2 in the game, does have a fielder's choice RBI and scored in the third. One that misses away to even things up at 1 apiece. We'll say my son loves watching home runs off YouTube. Loves it.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, because I take him in the backyard to hit the ball off the tee, and he thinks he has to bat flip off everything.
He likes the bat flip. It ain't really the
He's
home
been watching too much Tennessee baseball. Way too much Tennessee baseball. Because when we watch West Virginia, all he sees is strikeouts and bunts. They're 27-4. I can't, or 28-4. I can't complain. As that next pitch misses for ball 3.
We know and I've said this, that I feel like the kids that play today their baseball knowledge is probably not what it used to be, and I think a lot of it is because they don't ever watch whole baseball games.
Yeah, they don't.
They watch clips.
Yeah. I was literally having this conversation with my good buddy Dusty Kaiser just the other day.
Yeah,
because they don't see the whole game. All they see is the showmanship.
That's right.
Just little clips of baseball is all they watch.
That's right.
3-1 here.
Next pitch from Cowton. Emerson, big cut and a miss. Cut and foul back for strike 2. 3-2 the count now. Bring Keaton there warming up for Summertown. And the Mountaineers are beating Houston right now, so that's a good full count offer. skied in the air in the center. Blackwood coming in, loses a hat, but makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
We're going to get him some hairpins or something.
I've seen more hats fly off heads this week alone than I have all season long.
But every time he takes off after a ball, his hat comes off. And I know he's not that fast.
Brings up Bud Maddox, who's 0 for 1, flew out the center in the second, then had a bases loaded walk for an RBI in the third. First at bat here against Calton. Comes the first pitch. And this is way for ball 1.
Yeah, we were playing a team, I don't know if it was Indiana's, and I finally just asked, I mean, can you just not wear a hat on the mound? I mean, what's the rule with that? Because I was tired of seeing him pick it up, and, but apparently you have to wear a hat, so I don't know.
Maybe you could put a chin strap on it.
I mean, that's exactly what somebody said.
It's the 1-0.
Get a couple of little hairpins like your mama used to wear and just pin into their hair.
In softball, they don't have to wear a hat.
Right.
They can go without a hat in softball.
Well, I think after 5 times of it falling off when they're pitching, they ought to be banned from the hat.
Or get a haircut.
Or get a haircut. That might
you took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I'm just jealous because I'm losing.
Of course, turn around looking at y'all three sitting on that side. That's the reason I'm over here. So me and Joe sitting over here, but they ain't nobody. I don't know if anybody on the camera has y'all.
You can see me.
Nobody on my left has any hair.
Well, but we cut it. I mean,
I've got one standing behind me. It's pretty shiny. This must be the thing, Joe. Maybe we'll just go shave our heads. Some people blessed with a pretty head.
Here's a 1-1. Maddox sends it down the right field line, but misses 5 feet to the right foul for strike 2. 1-2 the count now to Maddox.
Well,
that's why you see me
Kane supposedly went and got a haircut yesterday. I ain't really been able to tell it. But
that's why every night on the Final Score, Exports Live or anything, that's why my chin is up so you don't see my hairline. It's good strategy, right?
Oh, yeah.
1-2 in the dirt, evens things up at 2 apiece.
I have said, though, in all seriousness, when a guy is losing his hat every pitch, I'm thinking, is he not thinking about that? I mean, does it not
bothering?
I mean, goodness, I don't know.
One more extra time you have to bend over to pick something
right.
up. 2-2. Fouled away by Maddox, keeping the count where it is.
I don't know. I never saw a kid back when I was playing lose a hat like that. I don't know.
Didn't nobody have hair like it? Rick Haddock wouldn't.
I guess.
That was kind of even with Coach Burleson, you got a haircut. Brent's the same way. I mean, it's
2-2, grounded up the middle off of Calton's hand. Williams makes a play, but won't be able to throw him out at first. So Maddox will reach base safely for the second time tonight. His first hit brings up the catcher Brooks Durham. No official. Well, he's got one official at bat. Walked in the second, then had a RBI single into right center in the third. Looks like Kilburn, the courtesy runner over there at first for Maddox. Comes the first pick-off move. And Kilburn was maybe 6 inches. Well, that's not. Who is it? Is that Lope?
18?
No, that's Hudd.
Yeah,
that's
Hudd.
Yeah. Forgot he's not catching tonight.
Yeah, right.
Bigger lead this time for Maddox. First pitch from Calton. Swung on a miss for strike 1. Yeah. Here's the 0-1. Cutting the miss there for strike 2. Brooks with 2 healthy cuts, but no contact yet.
Yeah, he just needs to shorten up here, and he's done a pretty good job of that this year with 2 strikes, taking it the other way. So that's what he needs to do right here.
Just like he did in his last at bat. 0-2. Sent high in the air into right. Cafferty going back on it. Camps underneath, makes the catch, and that's the second out of the inning.
That's P-Res.
P-Res, that's right.
Yeah.
Got confused. All the changes. Says that will bring up Truett Kibb. 0 for 2, a fly out. to left, and a tapper back to the pitcher in the third. One on, two gone here in the top of the fifth. Pick-off move, trying to get Maddox, not in time. And Loretto down 4-2 as they go to the top of the seventh there in Columbia. First pitch on the outside corner for strike one.
Didn't they start after us?
I don't know.
Right about the same time?
Yeah. Kidd fouls that one back for strike two. 0-2 the count now. 0-2 here to Kidd. Runner on first, two gone. The 0-2. Ground ball over to Blackwood at short. Flips over the second in time, and that one will end the inning. Wildcats stram one in the top of the fifth. It's a 6-4 Summertown lead as we go to the bottom half of the inning next on the X Sports Network.
Don't just find a job, find a career with Resource MFG. The team at Resource MFG in Lawrenceburg has the resources and experience to find you a full or part-time position right away. Now recruiting for open positions in Lawrence, Giles, and Murray counties. Whether you're entering the workforce for the first time or looking to take your career to the next level, let your journey begin with Resource MFG. Located at 300 Ellingson Street in Lawrenceburg. Phone 931-570-2111 to jumpstart your career today. Southern Craft Manufacturing is dedicated to creating the finest quality and greatest value products in the death care industry. Southern Craft has perfected blending old world craftsmanship with modern manufacturing technologies to create a full line of steel, wood, and corrugated caskets. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, Southern Craft is now looking to hire local and regional truck drivers, welders, and production workers, each with great starting pay and a benefits package. For more information, visit southerncraftmfg.com.
Hey everyone, this is Landon Saunders.
And this is Nate Patterson with Cloud9 Fiber.
We're excited to finally be able to offer Lawrenceburg our blazing fast, reliable, and affordable fiber internet services.
We go to the bottom of the fifth here with Summertown leading Lawrence County 6-4. Due up for the Eagles here in the bottom half, 8-9-1. Keegan McCaffrey lead things off, 0 for 2 in the game so far. First pitch from Carr.
Come on, Keegan, need a base runner.
Way high and in for ball one. Carr through 2 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Right now at 28 pitches. The 1-0. That one is in the dirt for ball 2. 2-0 the count now. As Clint Wright makes his way out here to the mound to talk with Carr. We've got Jack Story warming up in the Wildcat bullpen down the right field line as Loretto threatening here with 2 on and 1 gone in the top of the seventh.
You know, it's AJ, it's pretty neat. I don't get to come up here a whole lot, but it's pretty neat to come up here and you know, kind of sentimental for me. Play a lot of baseball games on this field, and it's changed a lot. Timmy, back in the day, you know, everything was a day game then. We were like Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
Before, we had some lights, and then we had a woodpecker problem, if y'all remember.
I remember the woodpeckers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me and everybody was in charge of killing them.
Yeah, that and the pigeons. We would shoot them during practice.
Shoot the pigeons during practice. That was, you know, I've thought that a couple times. What would a coach do now or a principal do now if half the baseball team showed up with shotguns and the baseball coach was standing in the building throwing baseballs at the bottom of it to make it rattle so the pigeons would come
Oh,
in?
yeah.
I mean, we would have pigeon shoots on the baseball field.
Well, we would bring our pellet guns, and when we were through hitting, we would just go shoot pigeons.
Shoot pigeons. That was our.
And, But
the woodpeckers eat the wooden poles.
Yeah, the woodpeckers ate. You know, it got dangerous there for a while. You thought the poles were going to fall, and so we had all day games back then.
Yeah.
So
McCafferty singles to center. That brings up Graham Howe, who's 2 for 2 in the game, and sends that one up the middle for a single. Make it 3 for 3 for Howe.
Boy, Grammy's been needing a good night.
He had 2 hits in the previous game as well.
Did.
So
he's having an excellent
hits
night.
here. So 2 on, nobody out here to start things off in the bottom of the 5th. Clint right back out again, and this might do it here for Chase.
Has to be a pitching change.
Yep. And it will, as Jack Story will come into the game. So while he warms up, we'll take a break here on the X Sports Network.
Gifts and goodies galore await you at Miss Millie's in downtown Lawrenceburg. From brands you know and love, like E. Newton Jewelry and Tyler Diva Wash, to unique specialty gifts, you will find it all here. Whether you're looking for the perfect gift for someone you love or shopping for yourself, shopping local is the way to go. We have home goods, women's fashion and accessories, baby items, and lots of seasonal decorations. Our friendly staff will welcome you in, help you find what you need, and even package your gifts for you. Also, we can't forget to tell you about our popular bridal registry. Future brides can come and create their perfect registry with us. So stop by Miss Millie's today. We're located in the northeast corner of the square in downtown Lawrenceburg.
Working with Gina was great because she really knows this area. I gave her the specifications of what I was looking for, and she took me right to my forever home.
I met Gina when she sold my son's home within 5 days after it hit the market. With my home, from the day the sign hit the yard to the day we signed the papers, Gina was there every step of the way. Her involvement in the sale of my home was the best decision that I made.
We never felt like Gina was pushing us to make a deal with a buyer. She knew what we wanted, and she worked diligently to get us the best offer for our properties.
Working hard for my clients to make their dreams come true. Let me work for you.
For the best meal from south of the border, head to Cocina Real in Puente Grande for lunch and dinner. With a wide array of mouth-watering entrees, there's something for everyone on the menu. And you can't forget the cheese dip. They'll treat you like family, and you'll never leave hungry. Make Cocina Real Mexican Restaurant and Puente Grande Mexican Restaurant your choice for authentic cuisine, located in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
The Summit of Lawrenceburg is the premier senior.
New pitcher in the game for Lawrence County will be Jack Story. Released Chase Carr after 2+ innings, 3 runs off 4 hits through 31 pitches. Here it's a runners on first and second, nobody out situation as we go to the top of the order with Case and Blackwood. As Loretto's got 2-1 with 2 outs. 3-1 pitch here to Burleson and misses in. That will load the bases with 2 outs. Blackwood 2 for 2, a double and a single and a sacrifice fly in the first, second, and third. First pitch here from Story in there for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Line down the right field line, but foul for strike 2.
There goes ball dog.
Think this Story kid will ever be half as good as his daddy thinks he was? Oh, I said it, Robin. Laugh about it. Come on.
Will,
and I hope Aaron listens to it.
I'm going to give Will the microphone for just a second.
No, I'm just aggravating Aaron. He was standing out here a while ago. I was giving him a hard time. So.
The 0-2 is sent in the right
down.
field.
That's
and
down.
That will drop for a base hit. Everyone's going to move up a bag, and very close play there as Emerson tried to stretch out. But that single 10th hit of the game for Summertown will load the bases. Nobody out here for Ryder Blackwood.
Can't believe you wouldn't go with me on that, Robin.
And Loretto just tied it.
I mean, listen, this is recorded forever, so I don't.
Hey, if you can't joke and play, you can't have fun.
Blackwood 0 for 2, sacrifice fly in the first, and had a reach via an arrow that's brought home a run in the third. And Loretto I think they just tied it. Yeah. There in the top. Well, no, they got 1 run. So they did tie it. First pitch here. Blackwood lines it off the glove of Emerson. 1 run is going to come in. Everyone will advance up a bag as Summertown extends the lead out to 7-4. Still with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Well, Jack almost made a spectacular
made a heck of a play there. Good effort, and I don't know if he's not playing in, he might have a chance at it. Brings up Quint Smith, 0 for 3. Reached base on catcher's interference. It's the first time I got to use the button on my score sheet app since I've had it.
Well, he stands in the very back of the box, too.
First pitch here from Story. This is away for ball 1. One up. Misses away. 2-0 the count now. Here to Smith.
Dangerous pitch coming up right here, trying to get one over.
Yeah, put one over the plate against him. It might go a long way. Misses away for ball 3. But you do have to throw strikes, especially if the base is loaded, nobody out. Infield's still playing in for the Wildcats. It's on the inside corner for strike 1. Next pitch from Story. Misses low for ball 4. Bases loaded walk here will make it 8-4 in the bottom of the 5th.
AJQ had one up here the other night that he hits off the end of the bat for a scribbler, ends up safe at first base, and the umpires talk. The coach comes out, fusses about it. The umpires talk about it, say it hit him in the foot, and they bring him back. And I said, look, they've messed up. Yeah. Very next pitch, he mashes the thing out of left field. And I said, they all just left him at first. It'd have been easier.
Brings up Kidding, 1 for 2 in the game. Lined up the middle and down for a base hit. 1 run is in. Bedford's throw is offline, and a great job by Durham to keep that from going to the backstop. So Lee's now out to 9-4 here for Summertown. It's absolutely crushed off the bat from Kidding. It's Colin McCauley warming up in the bullpen for Lawrence County. Brings up Aiden Perez, 0 for 2 in the game, hit by a pitch. A couple of flyouts.
And if they throw it inside, he'll be hit again. Because he ain't running for no reason.
So Loretta did tie it. Runners on the corners, top of the 7th there.
Bases loaded now. 2 out.
First pitch is skied high in the air. Infield fly called. Moore will make the catch, and that will be the first out of the inning. Brings up Jake Pettis, searching for his first trip on base.
Is this one of them new truck games?
Yeah.
This is one of the new truck games, ain't it? Here we go, Jake.
He got a new truck?
He's going to right here.
Oh.
It's coming.
If he hits a home run, he gets a new truck?
Yeah, he gets a home run.
It was a safe bet.
Safe. You say that now. First pitch swung on a miss for strike.
He was swinging for that truck.
He was. Come on, Jake. Keep swinging it, baby. I'm going to make sure his daddy buys him the nicest truck in Lawrence County when he does this.
Here's the 0-1. High and in. 1-1 the count. Comes a 1-1 from Story. This is low for ball 2. Comes a 2-1. Off the end of the bat, a foul. Evens things up at 2 apiece. As Loretto has just taken the lead, guys. 5-4. Bases loaded, top 7. Good comeback there for the Mustangs on the road at Columbia. It's 2-2. Up the middle. Moore gets a glove on it. Can't make the play. Everyone's going to advance, and another run's going to score as Smith comes in, heads up base running. That will make it 11-4 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Now 11 runs off 13 hits for the Eagles. Brings up Cecil Williams. He's 2 for 3 with a single and a triple. Pair of runs scored.
Yeah, they just kind of assumed there that Quint was going to stop at third, and that was a great
kept going.
Yeah.
First pitch, foul back for strike 1. You're right there, Robin. He just
moved again.
It's almost like he
yeah.
knew it right from the get-go.
Yeah.
6-4 Loretta. 0-1. Sent in the right field. Maddox going back on it. Makes the catch. Kenning will tag up from second. We'll head the third. Now runners on the corners with 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brings up Keegan McCafferty, who started off the inning with a single and scored, as the Eagles have now battered around here in the bottom of the 5th. 5 runs in the 5th inning. Apparently, I jinxed him in the 4th, so that's why
you
they
did,
didn't
and I
score
asked you
2.
not to, and you done it anyways. So if we score 9 in this inning, it'll make up for it.
Well, you're at 5, so see, it
Yeah,
should have been
exactly.
4 if
Yeah.
if AJ hadn't said something.
That's true.
Well, it'd been 4 last inning.
Yeah.
5 this inning.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's
AJ messed us up, so we got to
Right.
score 9 this
Oh,
inning
I got
to
you.
make up for it.
I got.
right.
Hey,
Simple math.
I'm
though.
impressed that you could calculate that in your head.
Numbers about all I can do.
First pitch foul back for strike 1. The 0-1, runner takes off. Durham throws back over at third as Kenning gets back in time.
I think he thought it was going to hit him. He almost
Yeah.
went in a fetal position
Yeah,
over
he
there.
duck walked over there.
Yeah, I hope you got a replay of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a UFC fighter took one on the chin right there. Next pitch in the dirt for ball 2. 2-1 the count here to McCafferty. Fouled away as we got deuces on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Now 8-4 Loretta. Wow.
Yeah, they've made Loretta mad.
6 runs there in the top of the 7th. Two. Fouled away again. As ball dog lets everyone know that there's a foul ball coming in that
he
direction.
knows when there's a foul ball,
I
doesn't
know.
he? That's
Yeah,
pretty.
he doesn't
impressive.
bark when it's a fair ball.
No.
No.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Comes a 2-2.
Oh, but even our dogs in Summertown are smart.
Well, I mean, right? I mean, I grew up here, so you know, I know.
Yeah, I figured you'd done been in Lawrenceburg long enough
Well.
it rubbed off.
I can't even get my dog to tell me when one of the kids are crying.
Yeah. Well.
Another 2-2. And this one will get out of play.
You didn't hear Ball Dog barking?
No, I heard him, so I knew it was going to be out of play.
Yeah, it's out of play. When you hear him bark, it's out of play.
I knew it. I heard him.
That was the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Follow the noise, Will. Follow. I think it's that. I saw this group of girls looking at it. I think it's like over here somewhere.
What's that?
Ball dog.
Oh, it's standing right there at the end of the dugout, looking. That's where it watches the game. You can't set a chair there to get in your lap.
Yeah.
See?
2-2. This is high for ball 3. That was the 8th pitch of the at-bat.
I actually think these people were sitting closer to the dugout till Ball Dog showed up, and they've had to move because
Moved down a little bit.
Yeah,
Royalty showed
yeah,
up.
that's
you
his
know?
spot.
3-2. Foul back again. We're about to come up on the 10th pitch of this at-bat. There he is. He is staring intently. Full count, and that's over his head for ball 4 to load the bases. So McCafferty reaches for the 2nd time in this inning. Brings up Graham Howe, who is 3 for 3, the trio of singles, and his courtesy runner scored in every inning, but we might get another pitching change, and we will. That will do it for Jack Story. Callum McCauley will come in. We'll give him time to warm up. That's next here on the Exports Network.
Why should you bank with Employee Resources Credit Union? We offer a wealth of services, including mobile banking, video banking, bill pay, and more. We also offer loan rates that are lower than those of our competitors. Employee Resources Credit Union has been a financial pillar since 1964, providing long-time support to members of the community. Join us and become part of the ERCU commitment. Not for profit, for service. Welcome to Employee Resources Credit Union, where you're more than just a number, you're family. We provide financial solutions that rise above those of traditional banks. With roots stretching back to 1964, we've served 4 generations during constant industry changes. We're known for our low fees and incredible rates. Join us and experience the credit union difference. ERCU, not for profit, for service.
New pitcher in the game for Lawrence County is Callum McCauley. Comes in for Jack Story, 2/3 of an inning. 3 runs off 4 hits, a pair of walks, finished with 28 pitches. He inherits a bases loaded, 2-gone situation. Summertown leading Lawrence County 11-4. So Graham Howe, who is 3 for 3, 3 singles and an RBI, had 2 hits in the first game against Spring Hill as that first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Now hitting in the 9 spot has had himself a day so far. Next pitch.
It's good to see out of Graham too, AJ. I think he needs a little confidence there at the plate. He struggled a little bit this year, and he's just now starting to get his swing back.
Yeah. What a good time to get it. Coming up on the last couple of weeks here of the regular season. It's a 2-0. Ripped in the left field, and that is off the top of the wall and gone, and a walk-off grand slam by Graham Howe. That will make it 15-4, and Timmy, you get your 9 spot here
that
in
is
the bottom of
game.
the 5th inning.
The 9 spot does it. I mean, Graham Howe has had a great night. Glad to see it. He needed that. That ball 4 for 4, and that baseball was hammered.
It was
hammered out of here. So
a walk-off grand slam that run rules the game here in the a Graham slam. A walk-off Graham slam here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Summertown comes away with a pair of wins, guys. 7-1 over Spring Hill, then 15-4 over Lawrence County here in 5 innings. And Timmy, got to be pretty happy here at the end of this one.
I am. I mean, it's, you know, hey, we just need to keep playing a little better and better, and still some small stuff we got to work on. I mean, we're still making stupid mistakes in the field, AJ. I mean, I'm seeing some stuff that we're not making the plays, but that we need to make at all times. I mean, we're letting stuff slide by, and it's getting pitchers in trouble. And you know, and it's every game we play. We'll have that one inning that we'll do something that gets somebody in trouble that we just have a hard time getting out of.
All right, Robin, what do you think? I know not much to talk about here on the Lawrence County side of things.
You know, just coming off a tough couple of games against Tullahoma and then tonight, so we really need tomorrow to come back against Lexington and play a good game, going back into district play Monday and Tuesday. So I think it's to our advantage to have a game tomorrow now, so maybe we can get some momentum going. So
it'll be senior night, senior day,
That's
however
right.
you want to put it, as they take on Lexington, Alabama tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Next game for Summertown's Monday, right?
Yes.
Monday at Battle Creek.
Yes.
Yeah, Monday.
Battle Creek at Battle Creek.
At Battle Creek on Monday. So final score here, Summertown defeats Lawrence County 15-4. Next game, Lawrence County tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We'll have live coverage here on the Exports Network. So for Timmy Kinning, for Robin Kidd, and for Big Daddy, right? Or is it Big Papa? Big Papa.
Big Papa.
Big Papa, Will Pettis. This is AJ Good on the Exports Network. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X.